Hey, I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Sarina.
And you're listening to
Girl Next Door.
We're your favorite neighbors, bringing real talk, good vibes, and all the cozy feels right to your ears.
Whether we're talking life, love, family, or what just happened yesterday, we're keeping it honest and a little bit loud.
That's right. So get comfy because Girl Next Door has a lot to say.
I'll tell y'all this funny thing. I was getting ready for this recording. I told Keith to go downstairs and get my wig. And I'm thinking about a silly example. But you have to be so comfortable, even in your sisterhoods and your friendship, that they can see all parts of you. Keith can see all parts of me. All parts.
Yeah,
So
Tony done seen it all.
Yeah. Weave, no
little
weave.
tiny
Makeup,
fro,
no
big fro, like he done
Shoot,
seen
I
it
cut
all.
mine off like a dude one time. I thought, Keith, I was like, he finna divorce me. So I just showed up with
if you love me, you gonna stick with it, sir.
Yeah. Messy or good.
Yeah,
I agree. That was a good question.
Yeah, I think that was a good question. I think it allowed us to really dive into that and allow us to really think, like, evaluate ourselves within that whole question.
I'm trying to think. Do you, and I'm sorry, I know we have more stuff.
No, keep going.
Do you think that there's maintenance required around the shrinking? Because we're talking about, we're in this golden season of like, hey, we don't do that to one another. We have a good space. Doesn't mean that we won't have any kind of friction ever, but we're just not at the beginning stages. So we've kind of gotten to a point where we kind of operate in sync. But do you think that there's any kind of maintenance around that? Because I'm thinking out loud right now. This is completely raw thoughts.
Around not
still showing up.
Showing. Well,
as you progress along in your friendship, do you think there's going to hit a place where we think we're good, but maybe I don't know. I'm just thinking around maintenance
This is a great question because I haven't done it in years, but there were friendships that I learned of this through my marriage. Like one thing that Tony and I do, we'll stop whenever we feel it. It could be 6 months, a year. Hey, how are you feeling in this marriage? Like, are there any, is there any feedback that you can give me and vice versa? Are you happy? We ask the hard questions and the uncomfortable questions. And I took that and I used that with my friend. And I went to my friend and I was like, hey, I just want to ask you, like, how do you feel about this friendship? Do you feel like I've been showing up for you? However that looks for you. Are you happy? Is there anything that you would require of me that I've not given? And when I asked the question, she was like, oh my gosh, like, I've never even thought about this. And we end up having a great conversation. And I kind of stopped doing that. And not that anything was wrong. It was just because I just wanted to make sure on my end that I was like rising to the occasion when it comes to the friendship and your expectations of me. And it helped. It really helped. And it allowed us to have conversations around subject matters that we hadn't discussed before.
Yeah,
so it was very healthy for us.
Yeah.
Again, I haven't done that in years, but friend, is there anything is there anything in me? Like, how would you rate our friendship? But I do think checking in would be a great maintenance because again, I think if you are not showing up as your authentic self, for one, you're shrinking and you may not be being true to the relationship, meaning, hey, you know what I'm saying? We go through a lot of different emotions and feelings. And because of I'm feeling away, I come to you tomorrow and I'm not 100% Tiffany.
Yeah.
But you're receiving it as such. But I'm not really giving you this because I was offended or I'm hurt over here and I don't want to share that with you because I know that you went through something, you got your own thing going on. It's just a lot of dynamics that allow us to not really be or show up 100%. So because of that, like, we're missing out. Out on supporting you in this season where you really need support.
That's true.
But you feel like, oh, well, I know you got your stuff going on and I don't want to put that on you. So now I'm like hoarding all of these emotions and not allowing you to be there to support me and help me through. So it's just a lot of dynamics that occur. And if you are my friend, we should, and yes, again, to your point that you mentioned before, we have to be mindful. We have to be, okay,
Yeah.
this is not the time for that.
Yeah.
But in essence,
Yeah.
that's why God put you in my life,
That's
for the
good. Yeah.
support, for the
Yeah.
encouragement, for the push. So if I'm not releasing or sharing or allowing you to be in that space during this season in my life, that's robbing you of
Yeah.
doing what God is putting you to
Put in
do.
do.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, that
So I
makes sense.
think maintenance and check-ins are, I think
Yeah.
it's great.
No, that's good. That's
I
good
just don't,
because
I hadn't operated in that in some years.
okay,
What
I
do
see
you
what you're saying.
what do you think?
No, I think that's good. I just wanted to hear your thoughts on it. But listening to you speak, I'm thinking that's really good because sometimes Keith and I say this. We got married, very early in our 20s. Who he needed me to be and who I needed him to be and who we just were in our 20s is totally different now as we go into our 40s. Well, y'all in y'all 40s, I ain't there yet. but
Petty.
uh,
Petty,
but
petty.
as we head into our 40s, so I think, just like that requires maintenance and it requires us to show up in new ways and in different ways. I think what you said was dead on, just like with a friendship, because who you were in 2009
Yeah.
or 8,
Yeah.
and who I needed you to be may look different in
It
this
is.
season.
Yeah.
It may look different. And so
Mhm.
I think, like you said, maintenance is important. Even when everything is good, those are really good questions, like you said, or just a practice to put in place is to do a check-in
Yeah.
and just say, you know what, because who Tiffany was then, it's not this
It's not.
2025 Tiffany,
Mm-mm.
this 2025 Sarina. And
Mm-mm.
while the friendship has lasted, maybe we have to assess who we need, what we need and how we need to show up for one another.
I
And I
will.
think people fall out because of stuff like that. I think
Right.
they'll say
I
we grew
agree.
apart.
I agree. Because even let's just go with this season of your life now.
Mhm.
Even with your first child, Soraya,
Mhm.
I realized we met Sarina and Keith when Tony and I met them, and we had 2 kids. They had no kids.
Mhm.
They still, you all were very gracious because
Mhm.
we would pack our kids up and we'd be over to their house all
Yeah.
time of night, have their pallets on the floor and
They were
be
such good
yeah,
girls. They
we
were
would be
good.
over just
Yeah.
talking and having ourselves a
Yeah.
good time. Um, but that was how we were
Yeah.
able to maneuver through that season of our lives
Yeah.
with still trying to hang out and have
Yeah.
friends. When they had their first child, I realized that this was a different season for you.
Mm.
And then especially now that they have 3, I can't talk to her
Sheesh.
every day. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
And we used to almost just
almost
about.
like literally all the
Yeah.
time. We talked all the time. We was
Driving
hanging,
or going
yeah,
somewhere on the
going
phone. Yeah.
somewhere. We was hanging out. It was just constant. And but I realized that first of all, we're older now. We got
Yeah.
job responsibilities are greater. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then on top of that, you have kids. I realized she didn't even have to say a word.
Hmm.
Okay, Serena's in a different season. Instead of saying, "Oh my gosh, Serena don't got time for me no more. Our friendship has changed." Da 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 da
Mhm.
da. No, my friend has. We all have prayed for the
Mm.
Babs to get pregnant. They are pregnant.
Right.
They got 3 kids. We
Yeah.
are grateful. We to
Too
God for
many
that.
prayers.
Yeah, we prayed. We prayed the house down, the
Yeah.
heavens down, and now they're in the season where she can't be at my beck and call every time I want to talk and key.
Mm.
So I respect that, and instead of using that as gas to push me away and say, "Oh my gosh, there's
Yeah.
something
We grew
there
apart.
yeah, we
We
grew
in different
apart. There's
seasons. Yeah.
something like something's different
Yeah.
about her." You know how we'll use anything
Yeah.
to make our narrative strong. I just realized that okay, this is a different season, but that does not take away that if I do need her, she'll be there.
Yeah.
If she
Right. Right.
needs me, I'm there. When we do talk, I'm there. And
Yeah.
we may
We go
talk
from there. Yeah.
2 months, may not talk, and in the second month we talk for about 3 hours on the phone, we
Right.
catch up, and then we go on about our day. But I think to your point of not like shying away
Yeah.
and using that as not being able to check in, but
Yeah.
also using wisdom to know that
That's good.
this isn't against me. This is just another season in her
Right.
life, and I have to respect that.
Yeah. And
So
I
you
think
didn't have
women
to pull
struggle
me
with that.
aside
I
and
think women struggle with that.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think so too.
Yeah.
And to your point,
Yeah.
people fall
Another
out.
litmus test.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
how
Not that people
mature
have to,
is your friendship? How mature is your relationship?
yeah, and
Yeah.
you don't, even if they lack the wisdom, because some people may be off in their discernment of what's going on in your life. Like
Yeah.
having kids or not having kids is pretty straightforward, but could be something personal, could be something just whatever, that your friend doesn't pick up on. But I think you said it, maturity should cover that.
Yeah.
Regardless of if you have the wisdom or the discernment, if you, let's just say you don't have those pieces.
Yeah.
But if you're mature, maturity says, let me check in or let me see how can I be of any assistance.
Yeah.
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 That's really good, because a friend and I had a conversation about that, just this pressure she had from other relationships and friendships of just people not understanding the season. And I think people struggle most with that
Yeah.
when it's a season they themselves have never been in.
Mm.
It becomes really difficult. See, like, and I'm not saying that to downplay what you said, but you had children. You
Yeah.
know what that plight is like. Versus someone who don't have children, and then your friend has children, and you don't understand how draining that can be
Yeah.
on the body, mentally, when you're giving of yourself to children wholly all day. It's like, hey, I'm tapped out.
Yeah.
So yeah, or one went off to school and one didn't, or one did this and one didn't. Like when people, it seems like to me, just from chatter sometimes, if they haven't had a lived experience, people really struggle
Yeah.
with being mature with their friends. And I also get weirded out by that. Like, I like that my friend, if she needs me, she knows I can call, that I'm there for her, I can support her. But it turns into a little bit of like creepiness when it's like, you can only, I don't know no other word. I'm sorry, I was trying to think of something, but I was like, that's all I got. When it just is like, no, I just need to talk to you. Like, I don't see that as love and sisterhood. I see that as, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Because I also think that you need to have other friends.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And we've dove in that a little bit. But even if this is your friend that's like your go-to, and I get it, you've shared certain spaces with them, but that becomes a little unhealthy.
I was gonna say it's not healthy at all. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you got to think about the attachments. It's still tied to maturity. But I'm just telling you, if it's me personally, I'm gonna get a little freaked out, because I'm like, I don't need you to like me that much. Nah, we're not.
That's
What's wrong with you that you can't? Yeah, hold on now. Yeah, that's too much.
yeah. That's
That's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think but people do that. We laugh and play, but they really do that.
No. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really do. Like,
Yeah.
no, but I thought or just linger around. They want to,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Yeah. Leave me
No,
alone.
that
Leave
could
me
be a
alone.
little,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but yeah.
No, don't be sorry. No,
I'm like,
that
did I take our conversation
no,
another
you
way?
didn't. You
Yeah.
didn't, because it just goes back. It ties back into, the checking in, and then the maintenance of the relationship, and then beyond that, using wisdom sometime, instead of you having to have the check in,
Yeah.
but you using wisdom and saying, okay,
Yeah.
things have shifted, but in this case, this is why they have shifted.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you went beyond that to say, okay, so why am I all my stock in her? I need to go and make other
Yeah.
friends. Obviously, she's in a different
Yeah.
season. Let me go make myself
Mhm.
friendly, because to
Yeah.
your point, that gets a little weird.
Yeah, it gets a little weird. It does. Now I'm gonna do something. Tiffany don't know I'm doing this, but
Okay, now.
talk
All
about
right now.
seasons. Y'all, I called Tiff before we recorded. I said, I gotta make dinner for my family. I said, did you eat dinner? Because I was running behind. Tiff said, no, we done already ate. She in a different season. Her
I'm in
girls are
different
older.
different
They eat early like
They eat
rich folk and lay down. Maybe a
but
light
we're
snack.
supposed to eat early,
We
because
are. We are. We should
you
eat
have to,
earlier.
yeah, you lay down with
That is
that.
awesome that you do. Yeah.
Oh
No,
my
no.
gosh.
No, we're getting too old. You can't be laying
You
down
got
on food.
heartburn because you
Yeah.
eating
Yep.
late and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
we got to do better.
So we got to keep talking about this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There may be like a part 3 or 4, because I think this is a good subject, but I
Yeah.
also got to be, I'm in a different season where I got to
Yeah,
go
she
home
got
and cook,
kids, and it's
or else
what time
Keith is
is it?
going to cook and it ain't going to be pretty. But I think we got to keep talking about this.
I
I think we
agree.
got to keep digging in this, because there was so much more that we
And
talked
let
about.
me say this, another reason why we should keep digging in this, I had a friend that came up to me just Sunday, and she said, I used the podcast on somebody. And I was like, what? And she said, I used the podcast on someone. Someone came up to me and they needed assistance, and I told them where to go to get the assistance. And they said, oh my gosh, now that's intimidating. I don't think I can do that. And she said, why are you shrinking? I said, you better
I know
use
that's right.
the
I know that's
podcast
right.
on
Yeah.
them.
Good.
And when after she shared that bit with her, then the young woman was like, okay, so I'm gonna do that, but now you got me
You
thinking.
got me
You know,
thinking.
yeah, like
Yeah.
why am I,
Good.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it does bring up a lot of
Yeah.
questions within ourselves. It
Yeah.
challenges us to like really start showing up and being our authentic self and stop shrinking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yes. We got to
saying?
stop. We got to stop. If you're wondering, like, man, why don't I have these solid relationships? Whether that be from a sense of boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, sister to sister, any kind of
Any
relationship,
kind.
sibling, parent. Sometimes just maybe spend a little time. Sometimes it could be because you're not showing up to be your
Yeah.
authentic self,
Or you're
good or
not
bad.
being vulnerable and open enough to release, those vulnerabilities. Like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like us as women, and this is we're not gonna go into it.
Mhm.
We have to save face. Like, we
Mhm.
can't be vulnerable. We can't cry.
Mhm.
We gotta be strong. We gotta
That's
stand.
a form of shrinking
Oh
too,
my,
though.
yeah, it's
Yep.
just like all of this whole it could be a facade, it couldn't be a facade, whatever. But it's like, oh, we just have to be stoic.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Think cultural norms. That's what we talked
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Upbringing,
Upbringing, yes, cultural
false
norms. Yeah,
realities.
all of that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, all
yeah,
of that plays a part. I
yeah.
agree. Well, I'm so grateful that at least one is getting something out of it. That
Yes.
you just gave.
Thank y'all for the
At
one.
least just yeah,
Thank you.
I guess us coming together and meeting and recording, at least one person got it. But
Praise the Lord.
y'all, I'm gonna harass y'all this week in the coming weeks in our Facebook group chat. We have a private Facebook group chat. If you don't know about it, search for it. I believe I can add you. There's a way to be approved or inbox us if you
Yeah.
see us on the social media, different social media platforms, and we can get you plugged in because this conversation between Tiff and I is one thing, but we genuinely want to
Wanna
hear
hear.
your thoughts. So I'm gonna harass you. I'm gonna start tagging people. I'm
Oh,
gonna start asking questions. Well, yeah, like, hey, what are your thoughts on this? Because I genuinely want to know what's going on out there as it relates to shrinking. Because it's not enough for me and Tiff to have this revelation. We need to be women who show up fully,
yeah,
in
yeah.
every capacity, Now we told him to do it, but
I hope y'all ain't hear that. He coughing loud, and he know we down
this
here
big
filming.
old house,
And we hear that as clear as day. Like, what you
all the
doing, standing at
rooms.
the top of the stairs to cough? Like, are you kidding me? We is live.
All the rules and everything. Her husband,
Oh,
it's
I'm
like he's
so
standing right here.
ashamed.
Girl.
I was hoping because I'm like, I wanted to say something so bad. I'm so glad you said something because I was like about to burst open. Like,
Oh my
are
God.
you kidding me?
We're going to talk about marriages
We're
one
gonna
day
talk about
soon.
marriage.
Because these men.
We love them. We
Yeah.
love them. We won't take it back.
Yeah, but
But
good
my
grief.
God,
Yeah,
my
y'all, okay.
just keep us in prayer.
Yeah.
As we keep you in prayer
Yeah.
until our next
Yeah.
time of coming together. Did y'all like the new chairs? We think we're gonna
I
switch them back.
blended in.
Yeah,
We
they
need
kind of
yellow.
blended in. So we gonna come back with
Your husband said
the
that.
gold. Yeah, he be real strong with his opinions. But they
They're
sometimes
cute,
they
though.
be valid.
Maybe the fall. We can
love
bring them back for the fall.
they gonna stay in this living room though. But what we'll bring them back.
Tiffany is great at designing. Y'all should see
I
her
love
house.
these chairs, girl. I
Yeah.
got these from Amazon.
Did you really?
I did. See.
Oh, that's super cute.
Ain't they nice?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're super cute.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna bring back the gold because we need a pop of color. But
Yeah.
for
We
today,
need
I just
something to
wanted to
sit
try
up
them
straight.
out and see.
Yeah, they
Put it
look
in the
great.
comments if you like the chairs or not, because I like them.
I like
But,
them. I like
yeah,
it.
I
Other
like
than
it.
almost tipping over and breaking
Yeah.
it. But
Here we go.
but other than that, I like them. Yeah. So, well,
And let me say this real quick. Make sure you share the podcast with friends, family. We would love if you do that. Definitely comment. We will be engaging with you all. Thank you for everyone that has shown up and watched our podcast. Thank you for all of you who have reached out via text, messenger, face to face. Like every comment,
we talk
every
about it. It
conversation.
matters.
Yes, it matters. It really does something to our hearts.
Yeah.
We're grateful that you're taking the time out to tune in to listen to us talk. And we really appreciate it. So until next time, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you at What?
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Y'all take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
All right. What was that, child? Keith. Oh, Lord. See? I knew it.
That's time.
I knew
We
it.
right on time.